Finally here, after months of planning, Karachi, Pakistan. I'm here on a guided tour by Findmyadventure, and they're gonna take me on a massive food tour around the country. And of course, we're starting right here in the largest city in Pakistan. Karachi is also a port city. It's an international city, and this is where my trip is gonna begin. And the first area I'm exploring is called Burns Food Street. Apparently, this is a really famous food street in the city. And the first place we're eating at apparently has no branches, but they're famous. And this place sells a very popular street food called Roti. And it's sort of like a yogurt, like little bits of fritters, like fried fritters inside. I had something like this when I was in Mumbai, but this looks way more impressive. He's scooping the yogurt from this huge cauldron, and all the fried fritters are right over here. And the dish, if you want it to go, just goes inside this plastic bag. But let's get one. So from the cauldron, he's scooping out this creamy yogurt and just putting it on top of like fried dough. And there's different types of fried dough in here, like ball-shaped fritter, little pieces of cracker types too. Those are delicious. It's like a very mild, sweet, creamy, very milky type of yogurt. There's not a lot of tartness to it. It's just very, very sweet. And they put, oh my gosh, they put a ton. That chili hits you a little after, but it's spicy, it's sweet. The texture is crazy. I mean, yogurt itself is already very delicious, but the little bits of fried dough in here creates such a fantastic contrast. And when you chew the dough, breaks apart in your mouth, it mixes with the yogurt. It's like just eating this really thick, creamy, sweet cereal. This is a little dough ball, because there are different types of little things. I think there's so they got a little bit of chickpeas in here as well. Okay, so that was like a soft wheat ball. So you got stuff that's a little spongy, a little chewy, a little starchy, like the chickpeas. Then you got the super crispy fried dough, which is my favorite. But they each bring a little different texture to this dish. I feel like this could be eaten as a breakfast, or as a dessert, or as a snack, but everything about it, it's so harmonious. Like all the ingredients in there. You got your little crunch, you got your little starch, you got your sweet, you got your spicy, salty. Everything you want and crave in a good food dish, I saw right here in that yogurt. It's just flipping insane. And this place has been open for about 60 years. This guy, the owner is Mr. Muhammad Khalid, and he's been doing it, and his father's been doing it. You can taste the history and the care that goes into this dish. I mean, never had anything like this before. So good. And what I love about this is that it's yogurty, so it's gonna help your digestion. And eating this just makes me want to eat more food. So, let's keep going. Oh, I see the smoke. I smell the meat. We got some barbecue going on. Let's go get some. This place has been started since 1961. So over 50 years. Oh, wow. Oh, I just want to take this smoke and hug it and like kiss it, and it smells so good. And what's great about barbecue, you gotta have barbecue on metal skewers. You go to the US, a lot of times people barbecue on bamboo. It's completely different. You got the metal skewers, the inside of the meat turns a little char. And here, oh my gosh, this gentleman, he's making chapati, which is a form of roti. Look at it, it's really, really quick. He's doing everything himself. Just dough rolls out onto the hot skillet, about 10, 20 seconds. It's done. And right here, oh, look at this kebab.
Cheese kebab.
Yeah, everything is cooked on wooden charcoal. I'm getting everything. I'm so happy right now. This is like my moment. The streets were pretty empty, and then all of a sudden, people came out from the mosques because this is Friday, so people get a half day of work, and they spend the time to pray, and as soon as they get out of the mosque, these food places are just swarmed by hungry people, and I can totally understand why. So we have a couple of different types of roti. This is a chapati. This is the one that's cooked on that hot skillet really quickly. We have chicken tikka, we have chicken boti, we have stir-fried kebab, and then we have beef shish kebab. All right, I don't even know where to start right now. There's so many options sitting in front of me. But you gotta start with this bread. I just want to get a taste of the chutney. That thing's got some heat. It's a little salty, spicy, very herby. Almost got a fermented flavor to it. This is the fried kebab. This is just a pure swamp of meat. Oh, this thing. I mean, it might not look like the best thing, but you see the hot oil hovering above the beef? The thing that hot oil will do to your tongue, you will gladly accept a beating and ask it for more. The beef is incredible. Yeah, it is a little soft. It tastes a bit like beef paste, but it's such a huge, meaty flavor. And combine that with the spices and the hot oil, it's almost like a beef pate. The texture is so delicate and soft, but the flavor is just pure explosion. Spicy, it's meaty, it's got a hint of cumin. This is the chicken boti. Look how tender and juicy this thing is. Oh my God. That's some of the most tender chicken I've ever had. If I had a knife, a butter knife, I could spread this over my bread like butter. The outside, some kind of spicy, spiced up paste is on the outside of this chicken. And what's incredible is that, look at the char too. Just creates that slight, tiny hints of bitterness. And these dishes, all of these, it's not like you ask for it spicy. They just come spicy. The stir-fried kebab was spicy. The chutney is spicy. That was a good catch, by the way. I would have missed that little piece of chicken. What's incredible is that you almost can't tell when the spice and the sauce from the outside ends and the chicken begins. They're both so incredibly soft. Take the chicken, dip it back in to the stir-fry kebab. You hungry, buddy? Little kitty right here. I don't think you can handle this spice. Even the cat's scared. And this is like a whole half a chicken. Oh, look at the juice coming off this piece of chicken. This is a chicken tikka. And again, that beautiful char from that smoky wood fire. You see the juice is glistening on the meat. Yeah, I'm sorry, KFC. This is the real finger looking good chicken. Oh my, out of this world. This chicken, especially parts with the white meat, is chewier, so wonderfully juicy, with a beautiful coating of spicy sauce on the outside. Not as spicy as the chicken boti, but this one, you get a better taste of the actual chicken itself. You take this, wrap it up so you can keep it warm, dip it in some chutney. Everything about this, again, from the great char to the juicy chicken to that amazing chili sauce on the outside, that's a proper chicken wrap. And this is the beef. Oh, this kebab is tied together with a string. I feel like I should be flossing my teeth with it or something. Oh my. I feel like using your teeth here will be showing it some disrespect. Here's what you're supposed to do. You take your roti and just clean the string off. And out comes the meat. It almost looks like refried beans. That's how soft it is. This is basically meat paste. Oh. This is absolutely the softest kebab. It's crumbly, it's mushy, it's gonna get messy. This is such a delicious and fun way to eat this kebab. When is the last time you ate meat off a string? After you finish it, you can basically floss your teeth with it. Meat on the string. Who would have thought? Seriously, have you ever seen beef with a string bikini before? This might have been my first time. I mean, this thing is so tender. Without the string, it literally falls apart. It's like a, I don't know, minced beef mummy. So right beside the kebab place is a place selling nihari. And it's basically beef curry in these giant pots. And there's all these different flavors. I gotta get some of this too. Cause that beef, when he was lifting it up from the pot, just looks like you can suck it up with a straw. So they give you a ton of gingers, chilies, lemons, little citrus, garlic, and you add that inside the nihari. Look at this beef. I'm scraping it with my bread and it's falling apart just from the slightest provocation from the bread. Look at that. Today, I've officially entered beef heaven, and the gate is in Pakistan. The airy, fluffy bread is the perfect vessel for this curry. What I love about this is that almost every single dish I've had here so far, there's always an adequate quantity of spice. So there's no coming here and asking for something maybe a little mild. This is what you get, and I love them for it. This curry is a little oily, but ton of great beef flavor. And the spices just hits you in the back of the throat like someone punched it. And this is where you actually really need a lot of lemon juice. I see why this is so vital now. If you don't have the lemon juice, if you don't have the ginger, it's gonna be a little too oily. Like I said, you gotta dig deep. Get all that flavor in there, get that little bits of beef that's drifting apart from the main beefy mothership. Or you're gonna find something so rich and citrusy. It's really nice actually to get a little bite of ginger. You kind of refresh your mouth a little bit from the oil. I mean, this curry is basically all about highlighting that beef. You're gonna fall in love with this thing, especially with this warm, freshly toasted bread. How can you not? All right, this is a very, very, very popular dessert in this region, and also in India too. Gulab jamun. Only way I can describe this is that it's a literal sugar bomb. You will have a sugar high for the rest of your life after 3 bites of this. It's delicious. Can I have one? Oh, thank you. Whew. Oh man, it's so good. It's these like soft, spongy dough balls soaked in syrup. It just sucks in all that sugar. Trust me, one bite of this, it'll put a smile on your face. Like, you can't eat one of those and not be happy because it's just too much sweetness going on, you know? I'll take one. How much? No? Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you. People are so kind. This I haven't had the last time I was in India, but this is a jalebi. This is crazy good. It's like a pure sugar syrup pretzel. It's fried. Syrup is just coursing through its veins. Oh. I love this. I miss this. A good one of these will make you so incredibly jolly. That's why it's called a jalebi. One of the greatest things you could ever have is this food item here. If you love sweets. If you don't love sweets, this might kill you. So crispy on the outside, when you bite into it, it's a burst of syrup. My favorite street food. This is that. Does not get much better than this. Ben, try this. Right? Oh wow, look at this. Oh, I get two? Here, you can have one.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, one good dessert deserves another. This is a very traditional ice cream called a kofi. And if you notice, it's like frozen in this like little clay pot. This is just flipping adorable. And this is the traditional way of making ice cream. Oh man, this is like very thick ice cream. I mean, it tastes more like frozen cheese than ice cream. But I feel like I should be spreading this on a roti or something. If you're expecting like a refreshing ice cream, this is not it. I mean, it's really creamy and delicious, but it is heavy. Basically, a frozen pot of milky cheese. Oh man, they're baking the naan in the traditional tandoori oven, and that smells just incredible. So good. All right, the next thing we're having, look at this. This is a curry with a whole chicken leg and chickpeas. And of course, fresh naan follows you wherever you go in this country. Oh man, this thing is just soaked in oil. And this is a heavy dish. My God, loaded chickpeas. Oh, that is so creamy. And when the chickpeas, when they melt into a perfectly smooth, starchy mess, it releases all the fragrance of the oil that's been soaked up in there. It is a bit oily, but it is delicious. Look at the chicken. Break it apart with a spoon. Soak that in some of that great curry. You gotta eat it with the chicken. It gives it a great chewy texture, so it doesn't feel like the chickpeas are just way too smooth and creamy and starchy. A little change in texture, nice flavor of the chicken. I feel like this, you have to let the chicken meat touch this curry here. Because the chicken meat itself, I mean, it's good, but I feel like on the inside, the flavor of the curry hasn't soaked all the way through. So you gotta make contact with the chicken with the curry. And at the same time, I feel like if this thing had a little more citrus, like a splash of lemon juice or something, this will be much, much better. They have chilies. Little chilies, chicken, chickpeas. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. It needs a splash of acid, wherever that may come from. Otherwise, it's gonna be a little too heavy and one-dimensional. With that, it's just like a splash of color hit this dish. It's got a very comfortable, homey taste to it, you know? It's not all that fancy. It just tastes like a really good, comforting, substantial, fulfilling dish. I don't know, something like you'll find in Mom's kitchen here. All right, so this is the Fruit Charge. It's an immensely popular place, and it's like middle of the day, full of people, and they're all enjoying this like 2 fruit cocktails, fruit salads, one creamy, one not so much. And it's a fruit salad mixed with pomegranate, apple, some bananas, and I think some honeydew. Yep, okay. It's not all that sweet. I think there's a little bit of salt in here. This is a very mildly sweet fruit salad. The juice on the bottom almost becomes sort of like a soup of sorts. There's a little bit of salt and pepper and chilies. You can add more of that if you want right over here. It's a pretty refreshing dish. I feel like this is really good on a hot day. And the creamy version, same mixture of fruits. I like this better. Well, this is mainly just the fruit's juice with the spices. This, I feel like, has a little bit of milk or cream in here that makes this really thick and smooth. Almost like a solid fruit smoothie. At the same time, you get that nice crisp texture from the apple, nice crunch from the pomegranate, and honestly, I feel like after one of these dishes, you're not gonna be all that hungry. I mean, this is a pretty hefty portion. The last couple of dishes I feel like I've had here, very hefty, very substantial. I mean, delicious, but you're not gonna want to eat much after those. I mean, you do want some water with it, especially if you order the creamy version. All right, so we had a taste of traditional Pakistani food, and then this is like a modern take on something really unique. This is called hunter beef. I mean, I still don't really know what a hunter beef is. I was kind of hoping it wasn't like when I came here, they just gave me like a spear and says go hunt something. But look at this. This is hunter beef. It's like fried or some kind of grilled shredded beef. And this is hunter chicken. And they make these into patties and put them into burgers and with French fries. Kind of a modern take on this really unique, interesting food item. Huh, it's fatty, ooh. That was a slow burn. That spice bomb just went up in my mouth about 4 seconds after I started chewing this thing. Oh, that is super, super nice. I feel like this is fried because as you're chewing it, a lot of oil is releasing. But with that comes a nice release of fatty flavors as well. This thing, it looks kind of lean, but it's got a good amount of fat in here. So when you first bite into it, you get that oily, juicy, shredded beef flavor. Then all of a sudden, yeah, that happens. All of a sudden, the spice hits you. And then as you're chewing it, the fatty flavor of the beef comes out. Maybe that's why they call it a hunter beef. The flavor lies in wait till you least expect it. Then, boom, it punches you in the throat. Hunter chicken, whoa, I might like that better. This is almost like chicken and beef stir-fried in some kind of chili oil. It's so juicy and there's so much oil. That's why you need like the little cucumbers and tomatoes here. Oh, otherwise this would really overwhelm you. But with the refreshing crunch of the cucumbers and the tomatoes, that really helps to balance this out because the flavor and the spices is excellent. And this thing, yeah, it would make a really good burger. Look at this. I bet you when I turn this around, this thing is gonna be soaked. Yep, look at that. Look at that bun. That is all chili oil. Oh man, that is marvelous. When you have the hunter beef and the hunter chicken like alone on its own, yeah, it still tastes really good, but it becomes a little bit overwhelming. But you put it into this nice, fluffy, airy bun. Look how fluffy it is, so pillowy and cloud-like. Slap a couple pieces of cucumber and tomatoes in here, a little bit of mayo. You get the refreshing take from the veggies and the slight sweetness from the bun completely harmonizes the extra oil from the meat. And you're just left with this nice, beefy, fatty, spicy burger. And also, they give me a little sample plate of their different types of meats in here. This is the beef cooked in different ways. This is more like a roast spicy beef. Oh, this is nicer. Thin shredded beef, with a little more fat content. I'm just gonna slab the extra chicken and beef inside this burger and then give you a little extra chili dipping sauce. If this is the hunter, I'll be its prey any day of the week. Just a marvelous way how they made this beef and making it into like a burger, genius. And that's so deeply satisfying. I mean, I haven't slept in 24 hours, but at least here, I feel good. All right, I'm gonna have to call it. The full sneezes have started to attack me. Those of you who know me know what it means when I sneeze. Oh, but what an insanely amazing first day here in Pakistan. Had some great barbecue, dessert, fruits, traditional food items, a spicy chili oil burger. If this was a first date, I'd be calling Pakistan as soon as I get home and be sending her flowers. My first impression of this place, beautiful country, even lovelier people. From the people who cooked us the food, the people who came by to say hi just because. Everyone has a smile on their face. This makes the food taste even better, you know? Also, this country, they love Chinese people. I don't even have to try. I just walk in here, I'm automatically loved. And usually that's just because people think I look like Jackie Chan or something. But here, they just love me because I'm Chinese. Also, a big shout out to Findmyadventure who provided the guide. A really awesome gentleman for taking me around and showing me all the great food places. Thank you so much. And I really haven't slept in over 24 hours, so I'm really fulfilled here, but pretty much empty here. So I'm gonna go to bed, and tomorrow we're gonna do this all over again. So as always, all the places went to listed down below for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Till we eat again, here from Pakistan. See you later.